All right, so far we've talked a little bit about our project, and I think y'all have a better idea about what we're going to do. Um, Even so, I just want to sum it up again. We're going to use Mongoose library in order to modify our database and then test with Mocha to check and make sure that we did it right. Now, don't worry about not having any experience using Mocha. That's okay. We're going to take this step by step. So we've also looked over our project structure. All right, so let's open up our code editor. And I'm going to use Visual Studio Code, but you can use whatever you want. Atom, Sublime, Text, etc. You with me? All right, so I open up my students folder inside of my project directory. As you can see, there's just the node modules folder. The dependencies are stored in here. And remember, we've installed Mocha, Mongoose, and NodeMon in the previous session. Okay, so I'm going to create a new directory called src, or source, as you might refer to it, inside of students and then test folder. So inside of the test folder, we're going to set up our test environments. So come on in here and right-click, select New File, name it test_helper.js. And this file is generally named like this. All right, so we initialize our setups here. So I'll show you a diagram, and hopefully it'll make clearer how our codes work better. So after all of the codes are loaded, Mocha will start to run. But before all this, our Mongoose library should connect with Mongo, and they work together. Of course, it wouldn't be able to do it by itself. We've got to tell it to do that. So how do we do that? Well, inside of a test helper file, we'll write the code to make the connection. Now, we don't necessarily know how long it's going to take, but we are sure that it won't happen instantaneously, right? So after the connection is finished, that means that we've got to check to see whether the connection was successful. And if it's finished successfully, then we're going to run our test. But if not, it'll show us an error, and we will be able to stop the testing before we get too far into it. Welcome back to the VS Code, and we're going to write our codes in here line by line, and each step we're going to talk about it. So don't worry, just follow along. First of all, we're going to start by writing const mongoose equal require mongoose. We're coming back here later, so just keep on going. So now let's write mongoose.connect. And I'm going to write in here a special string, MongoDB : //localhost/students_test, comma, and use new URL parser true. Now, if you're using the Mongoose 5th Plus version, this part is necessary. And write mongoose.connection. And skip this line because I'm going to add two statements. So write .once open, and I'm going to add an arrow function, console log, we are connected. All right, so the other statement, .on, and write error as a first argument, and then again, arrow function, and with an error argument. And now within curly braces, I'm going to write console.warn. And then inside of here, an error occurred as a string and error. This error is the variable that function calls. All right, so that's it for now. Let's take a short break here, and we're going to talk about these on the other side.